This is what's happening in Idaho right now. Here's one for you, friends. This is one that really strikes a chord with me because this one and my freedoms don't coincide, particularly if I was Idaho. So in Idaho, are you the hoe or no? Bitch, I'm a hoe. I'm a hoe. Where are you from? Idaho. Just relax, okay? I'm a hoe. Where are you from? Idaho. So Idaho, what's happening there? Idaho Senate approves measure to ban cannabis legalization initiatives. I'm not even joking. Can I read that again? Idaho Senate, the government approves measures to ban cannabis legalization initiatives. This is crazy. So let me continue before I completely freak out. In the Idaho Senate this week approved a joint resolution to deny voters the authority to legalize cannabis through a statewide ballot initiative. Tuesday's passage of HJR 4 came 1 week after the Idaho House of Representatives approved the measure, which will ask voters in the 2026 election if the state's constitution should be amended to prohibit ballot initiatives to legalize cannabis and other drugs. Idaho's voters will be asked to decide on the ballot question reading, shall Section 26, Article 3 of the Constitution of the State of Idaho be amended to provide that only the Idaho legislature shall have power and authority to legalize the growing, producing, manufacturing, transporting, selling, delivering, dispensing, administering, prescribing, distributing, processing, and using of marijuana, narcotics, or other psychoactive substances. If a majority of voters in the 2026 election vote yes on the ballot question, the Idaho Constitution will be amended. If most voters decide against the proposal, Idaho's voters will retain the authority to legalize cannabis and other drugs through a statewide ballot. So essentially what they're telling you is that if this passes, the Idaho government can essentially void your rights as an American citizen through the Constitution and do whatever it wants. Only in a democratic society can the government ask to take your rights away. You have the right to the First Amendment, which gives you the right to freedom of speech. You have the right to protest. You have the right to vote. You have the right to participate on measures just like this. And the Idaho government wants to strip you of your rights so that they can do it for you. That doesn't make sense to me. Not only does that go against the Constitution, that goes against democracy. However, I suppose if you vote in to have all your rights violated, I guess that's okay. That's crazy to me. That is crazy to me. If you're in Idaho, please understand that this is the measure to which you're voting on. And I'm not sure if Idaho is relatively conservative or liberal on the idea of cannabis. I'm going to assume pretty conservative. The classical definition, reserved in regards to the position on cannabis based on the government. But what do I know? Because the majority of populaces are pro-cannabis, despite the fact the government is pro-legalization. So if you're in Idaho, please let me know how you feel about this. And are you going to be participating in the legislative process to avoid these measures? We can make the decision ourselves. Why are governments involved in the drug industry? I don't understand that. Get out of the drug industry. Get out of there. Get out of there. You're not needed. I don't think they're needed. Slight regulation, and that's it. Slight regulation. What do I mean by that? I don't think that cannabis should come into the hands of children. Okay? That's the biggest thing. Biggest thing for me. So what do you need for that? Well, I think it should be dealt out like everything else is dealt out. Behind the register, behind a till, you have to provide identification, at least a proof of age, that kind of stuff. That's really it, man. Of course, you obviously have to make sure there's zoning and all that other stuff that needs to happen, but that already happens. Cannabis isn't new for that. So get out of cannabis. Idahoans, my other hoes, I need you to step up. Okay, hoes unite. Okay, I'm with you, hoes. Okay, we do this together, hoes.
Did you enjoy this clip? Well, if so, I got a brand new channel with all the highlights, all the talking points, and interviews. Plus, I talk a bunch of shit and so much more. Link down below. Check it out. Are you looking for a new way to control your G Series, SE, and SF Series grow lights from Spider Farmer? Well, now you can with the AC5 Power Strip Kit. You can now connect your Spider Farmer equipment to one Power Strip. The kit includes the Power Strip, a temperature, humidity, and light sensor, 3-in-1 soil sensor, 2-in-1 adapter, a 2.5mm RJ12 cables, 3 RJ12 telephone line splitters, and 6 hook and loop clamps. You can connect to a temperature, humidity, and light sensor to automatically dim or turn off the lights based on the detected temperature. If you head on over to spider-farmer.com, use promo code PIGEONS420, you're going to save a few dollars off at checkout, and you're now going to have control over your entire Spider Farmer tent. And thanks to Spider Farmer for sponsoring today's video.
And a huge shout out to AC Infinity for sponsoring today's video. If you're looking for some high-tech quality equipment for your tent, check out acinfinity.com. Whether it's their clip-on fans, the Gen 2s, their air circulation systems, or their lights, check them out at acinfinity.com. Use promo code PIGEONS420. You're going to save a few dollars off at checkout. You're going to help support the show, and you're going to get yourself some quality equipment. Also, a huge shout out to Seedsman. If you're looking for some quality genetics from a quality place, check out Seedsman. Use promo code PIGEONS420. They're working with some of the best breeders in the game to hook you up with quality genetics. Check them out. Use promo code PIGEONS420 and thank them both for sponsoring today's video.